Whether it's a family emergency or just a much-needed day off, everyone calls in sick once in a while. But sometimes people will go to extreme measures to avoid having to go to work. Take, for example, the story of an Arlington man who convinced not only his workplace but also his friends and family that he works for the CIA. Now, this story is making its rounds on Weibo, and a lot of Chinese internet users are entertained by it. Some even thought that it reminded them of a similar Chinese practice. According to the post, the 65-year-old man, who works as a senior advisor for an environmental protection agency, would be sentenced to 32 months in prison for defrauding the government out of hundreds of thousands of dollars in unearned compensation. Now, one of the reasons why there were so many people discussing this post on Weibo is because there is a similar practice in China. But rarely are they sentenced to jail or even have to pay for restitution. Many Chinese internet users blamed it on China's outdated records-keeping system or its labyrinth-like bureaucratic system. However, this story shows that it happens even in America. And now let's take a look at what they had to say about this story.
This guy is great at working around his job. I honestly would not have thought of doing what he did. I'm surprised nobody from his workplace checked up on him. People say the most important skill to learn in life is your acting skill. It looks like if you are a good actor, you can get away with anything. If he is able to get away with this for such a long time, it shows that there are loopholes in the system that need to be looked at. I never thought such things could happen in the U.S. I have heard of it happening in China, but I imagine that it was because of our flawed bureaucratic system. Well, this isn't really fair. The amount of money he earned from a few years of missed work is more than what I will be able to make in a lifetime. I think if this happened in China, he would not be sent to prison. There are thousands of such cases being reported this year. What is considered a big newsworthy event in America is a common occurrence in China. The Chinese government is plagued with freeloaders who take and steal from the people. Top leaders need to crack down on local officials that abuse their power and limit their authority.
The current Chinese administration is clamping down on government employees who are paid a salary yet do not actually go to work. According to Sohu Business, it is a widespread phenomenon in China's vast bureaucracy, and that on Christmas Day, the government of Hebei province got rid of 27,600 government employees who were getting a salary for no reason. The government also reported that they had recuperated nearly $5 million out of a loss of $200 million. Apparently, it's an ongoing problem, as there's been waves of investigations since 2005, when a sweep for government freeloaders found that there were more than 70,000 government employees from 7 provinces stealing $700 million from the local government. I guess you have to savor the small victories.